Thanks for tuning in to Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Incorporated. Today's video is going to be a remake. It's Scarfold Escapes. A little bit of a different approach. I hope you like my twist. Enjoy. What I want to talk about in this series of 5 is that there's the basic Scarfold position where it's a good time to bridge and roll. The first escape is the bridge and roll. Some people, they don't take this, they know the bridge and roll is there, so certain people will automatically reap on your head and lean back towards your hips and your knees to shut down the bridge and roll. That's where the second escape happens. The third escape is sometimes the person on the bottom likes to go to their side, go ahead to remove the body weight, and then they will use this quad muscle and flatten you out over the shoulder this way. This will be the push-pull escape. Another resistance you're going to get when you go to escape Scarfold is when they base out with this hand, and I'll cover that, and sometimes people will base out with this hand and what to do. So this is what this series is going to cover. First order of business is I want to grab his waist, I want to grab my wrists, I want to grab my wrist to protect the arm because there's some attacks he can do to submit me from here. So I need to grab my wrist and protect this arm. Now that knee tends to be behind my head. If I just bridge, he may resist the bridge and there's no bridge. So what I want to do is take my feet and bring him close to him and bridge over this way instead. It's way easier. Juan, get off me for a second. Just roll this way. So I'm here. Don't want to bridge. I want to bridge at 12 o'clock, but I want to move my feet close to him and bridge towards this 12 o'clock. This way it changes the angle and doesn't have this knee into play. So I want to go from here. This doesn't work, it's solid. Turn and bridge. First order of business is I grab my wrist, I protect my arm, I change my 12 o'clock, I bridge. He's on his head. If you walk around slowly, you'll see this arm. If I leave my arm attached, he's gonna land on my arm. It's important that I bring this arm close to me so he lands on the mat, and now I have side control. So now Juan is already giving me that resistance of leaning back. So I know the bridge is not going to happen no matter where my 12 o'clock is. So I want to take that energy, I'm going to momentarily let go of my wrist, push at his jawline, walk away, and then he falls onto his side. It's an easy escape using his energy. So Juan's already shutting down my bridge. He knows that's my go-to escape. So I'm going to use, since I know he's going this way, I'm going to help him going that way by pushing him, walking away my feet. He's got nothing to lean on, and then I'm out of Scarfold. A little bit more advanced way of doing this is using momentum. So if he leans back, I'm just going to take my legs and just this way, right here. So my hand is grabbing the wrist. It will go to the mat. I need to move, go to the mat, help me come up. It's just like that. Lean back, leans back. The third way is he'll want to use this leg pressure to flatten me and to put all his weight on me. Go ahead. So when that energy is this way, it's tough to bridge. I can't bring him that way. He's flat on me. All I want to do is make sure he pressures more that way by I'm going to push into him and then pull him over. I call this one the push-pull. So I'm in this Scarfold where he wants to flatten me, both shoulders on the mat. So he's using his quad muscles going this way. So then I'm going to push into him and then pull him over. And I move that arm again so he doesn't lay on top of it. And I'm out of Scarfold. This next Scarfold escape is the bridge and roll, except he's gonna base out. He's gonna let go of my arm and he's gonna base out. This is an escape I use when I just don't quite have it and I didn't, he's being heavy, it's difficult to get him out. So I'm going to bridge and roll. He bases out and I'm stuck in this position. So then if I can't move him, I move me. I move my body out of the way. So I'm gonna do this one without a partner. I'm going for my bridge and roll. He bases out. The weight is more centered on me. I could give up and come back down here, or I could bridge, and then if I cannot move him over this way, I'm gonna start moving me this way, and then he'll fall down to his side, and then I'm out. Not my favorite escape, but this is a last-ditch effort when the bridge and roll quite didn't work out your way, or he's being very heavy and aware of where I want him to go, and he's not working with me. Here, he faces out. I'm stuck here. He's a bit heavy, so I just move my body, and I'm out. So now I'm going for the bridge and roll, except now he's going to base out with the other hand. So I go for the bridge, and he bases out with this hand, not going nowhere. So I'm going to take the web of the hand right above his elbow, and then I'm going to push and pull my arm away as I hook the leg. From here, since my head is out, Juan, grab my head. Right, I'm controlling this arm, not gonna happen. So from here, eventually he's gonna let go. He's got nowhere to go. I go to my knees, I got the back or top position. So I go for my bridge and roll, except he bases out with the hand underneath. I come over here, he bases out. I grab the web of the hand above the elbow, and I push the elbow over my head as I move my head, as I hook the leg. So from here, go ahead and grab my head. I'm safe. He has my arm. So in a combative situation, he may, but eventually I'll pull, get to my knees and elbow, and then I got the back, or at least top position. So I hope you like this revised version of Scarfold Escapes. There's 5 different ones. At the end of the day, you don't necessarily pick which escape you use. You may select to do the bridge and roll if you set out, but then you need to adjust. And if that one doesn't work, he ends up telling you which one to use. So you got to read his energy. You need to select the proper one to get a successful escape. As always, rep it out, both sides. I hope it works for you, and I look forward to seeing you on the mat soon.